appears most of the power grids in the U.S. are still active. Our ABC affiliates in 17 states have officially stopped responding, including the Virginia, D.C. areas. We will continue to keep you all updated, as we've not yet confirmed a credible nuclear threat from any adversary countries, though many satellites in multiple cities are tracking an unknown entity in the U.S.
Howdy, Mom.
Took you long enough.
You bought groceries as well.
Well, I was just trying to do something nice. I thought you just left to change.
I mean, I did, but... No, I didn't see you at the store. You know, I always notice a pretty lady.
Well, I went to Stockmart.
Ah, I went to Bullseye. Was it a sty there too?
How'd you know?
Called a lucky guess. Did you ever figure out where your parents got a lot to?
I found them out back. I can't believe I didn't hear them jump right off the roof. You?
I found mine upstairs. They stabbed themselves in the stomach and chest. You know, I never thought my parents had such a sense for the macabre. They didn't even let me swear coming up.
Oh, your parents were always one for the dramatics. Must have been the Shakespeare eating at their brains.
No, I could say the same thing about yours. Were they hoping that their neighbors weren't watching? You really should have been more attentive as children.
What could we have done?
What do you think is going on out there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm starved.
Les oiseaux dans la charmille, dans les cieux l'astre du jour.
Sit. Let me take care of you.
Do you think we should pray? You know? Just in case.
You probably should.
Dear God, I don't think I have anything more to say.
That's fine.
Do you remember when we were younger? We would walk to your grandmother's house to play board games.
Of course. Monopoly, Payday, classics.
And you were always so daring. Because I would walk on the sidewalk and you would just...
And I'd be in the middle of the road. What was wrong with me?
and you'd have your eyes closed. But you weren't afraid. I just knew that I wanted to be as brave as you.
Maybe you shouldn't have. Okay? I was probably just showing off.
But then one day, you were walking in the middle and there was a deer just lying there in the middle of the street. And you just looked at it. You stared. And I was crying on the sidewalk, just watching you watch this poor thing just drain whatever life it had left. Maybe you didn't know what death looked like. Maybe you didn't understand it. And therefore you weren't afraid of it. But now, I know you did. Why weren't you afraid?
Evelyn, we shouldn't be talking about this right now.
Then when? Tomorrow?
You couldn't have been curious about this before now?
No. No, I didn't care.
Well, then I was afraid. I was more afraid than you could ever imagine. More than anyone you've ever known. Trust me, I was.
Then why?
Because more than anything, I wanted to not be afraid of it. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to be okay with the thought of it.
And it worked. It worked, right?
No, it didn't. I don't think I've ever been more terrified than anything in my life.
You are not afraid.
I am. And I never thought it would be like this, though. With you. I never thought I'd die on such a beautiful day.
You're not afraid. You're not. You are not scared, and you are not afraid.
I can see it even when I close my eyes. I always figured I'd be coddled in a hospital bed on a thick Russian winter, alone in the dark, illuminated only by an orange light peeking through the slats of the sanitized shades of the cold, sterile room. All the nurses gone home for the night. It's early, 3, maybe 4 a.m. I'm congested. I should have recovered from an illness months ago, but here I am. Nobody knows where I was. The doctors over in another room, arguing in a language that I can't understand. I'm aching all over. In the corner of my room, I imagine my old school teachers just smiling at me through the shadows. And as I doze off, my soul begins to leave my body as I transcend upwards.